What's happening, fishing friends? Welcome to another episode. Today we are talking about the Berkley Frittside 5, a flat-sided crankbait. Now, before we get into the specs and kind of my whole thoughts on these, let's take a look at some footage a couple weeks ago of me fishing this baby.
All right, picked up the old flat side, have not had a single bite on anything. There's one. Nice. Right off the edge of the point. Well, it is a Debo dink. That's okay. It is a fish. Off a wind-blown point. Thanks for eating, little dude. We appreciate you. Go. Try paralleling some of this rip and wrap rocks. Maybe we got a few fish hiding on these rocks. Maybe not. I don't know. Worth a shot though, I guess, right? There's another one right there in those rocks. Nice. Well, another little fella, but by golly, that's a fish. Easy. He's the type that'll put one of those hooks right in your fingers. And then I'd have to say, my fingers hurt. Got him. All right, another little dude. I don't even think you'd go a pound, guy. Thank you. Thank you for eating though. Just popping this into rocks, kind of stopping it. I noticed the nice thing about this crankbait is it almost suspends. It's a pretty slow sink, which makes it nice when you come up in this stuff. You can kind of hit stuff and oh, had another little guy right there. That's crazy. Another little dude came up and grabbed it. Darn. Anyway, the nice thing is when you hit those rocks and bounce off them and stuff, you can kind of stop it and let it kind of do its suspend slash slow float deal. All right, let's try this point. Caught one bass off that other point. Another one off some riprap. We got a little riprap point here. This does feel deeper, which I like. Come on, tell me there's a few fish hiding on the end of this. There's one. Nice, he thumped the heck out of it. Nice. Yeah, that's a good fish. A little pound and a halfer there. All right, all right. Nice. Ooh, boy, and my line hit some rocks there. I'm gonna have to retie. All right, there we go. Nice little chunky pound and a half bass there on the flat side. Appreciate you. End of a wind-blown point. Nope, the other way. There you go. Another. Oh man, after a whoa, and he's off. All right, finally after a lull. Oh, another little pound and a half, or probably. Nice. Well, everything tonight for me has been on that Berkley flat side. Nice little chunky, came right up out of those rocks shallow. All right, dude, glad we're recording. Thanks for biting. Go.
I hope you enjoyed those catches. Make sure you stay till after I get done talking about these because I've got more catch footage and actually found some bigger fish. One little spot. But anyway, the Berkley Frittside 5, this is what I've been fishing specifically is the 5. Now they also have a Frittside 5 Junior, which is a little smaller. And they've got the Frittside 7, so you can see it's got a little bit bigger bill, more of a coffin-shaped bill. I think they have a Frittside 9 as well. I don't have any of those. For the way I fish and where I fish, I only got the 7-foot divers. That's about as deep as I'm gonna go fishing from the banks around here. And it kind of stinks because I don't have a ton of places where I can fish crankbaits from the bank. But I, of course, do have my John boat, so I will be throwing these more because I think these are more than just your regular flat-sided crankbait. Let me grab one. So the cool thing about these, the Berkley Frittside is a flat-sided crankbait. So you can see when I turn it this way, it's a very flat, tight profile here. And really with these, you know, a lot of people talk about these flat sides or a balsa type crankbait. You can see that's even what it says here. It has that tight balsa-like action to it. And with these types of things, people usually think more of like a cold water thing, right? You throw the flat-sided crankbaits in cold water, but Mr. Fritz, if you don't know him there, he is a legend in crankbait fishing. He even talks about using this in highly pressured situations or in really hot water, really, you know, colder or hot water. And that's something that I want to test more because you know, once the temperatures start to heat up, fish get more active, you start throwing, you know, the square bills, 6-foot divers, that type of stuff, and they have a more erratic action. Now you'll notice with these Frittside, the 5, it has like a rounded square bill. I'm still going to call it essentially a square bill, that's what it is, but more of a rounded bill. That's kind of the action it has, is that square bill. But with it being like this, and look, It's silent, okay? So that was my line tie. It's a completely silent crankbait, and I've had luck at certain times. I think people kind of discount silent crankbaits, especially in heavily pressured water that's a little bit cleaner. It doesn't have that extremely loud, annoying rattle that just doesn't sound natural. You know, a fish are hearing that all the time, or it's not super dirty, where you don't need that loud rattling, you know, a fish attracting sound. A silent square bill like this, especially a flat side, has a whole different action, and I think especially in pressured situations, this can come in handy. Now the regular Frittside 5 is only 1/3 of an ounce, so I was kind of skeptical at that when I first picked it up. I'm like, how is this thing gonna cast? But as you saw in those fish catches, I was throwing it on this Okuma Guide Select crankbait rod, and this is rated for lures 3/16 up to 3/4 of an ounce. This is a 7-foot medium crank and stick. It's not a super waffly crankbait rod, but I was throwing it with no problem. I had the Helios reel in there, 12-pound line. So this isn't something you're gonna pick up and throw it on, you know, a heavy, really stiff rod with thick line. You're gonna wanna go to your smaller crankbait setup. And in the footage you're gonna see, I was actually throwing it on a $99 combo, the Shimano Caius combo that I got from Walmart. And it felt great on there as well. Just a regular medium power rod. I think that's a fast action. Threw it perfectly fine. So you'll notice what's unique about here is it does have 2 different weight chambers on either side of that front hook. And that really does help you sling that out there. It's not like, you know, a bunch of weights rattling around in there. Helps you sling it out. Now this isn't gonna be a crankbait that you completely bomb down, you know, a big long riprap bank. But it does cast pretty well. Like I said, for a 1/3 of an ounce for this specific one, I was pretty surprised. Cast well. Another thing I like, it does come with good hardware. Those are those Berkley Fusion hooks. Super sticky sharp. I was a little skeptical of those, a couple years ago when I first started trying them. I'm like, they look kind of thin wire. I haven't had any trouble with these. Nice, super sharp hooks. I haven't had a big deal of, you know, losing a bunch of fish unless they kind of slap at it, but that happens. Now in the footage you just watched and the footage coming up, this is the color that I've been throwing, that Midnight Pearl, kind of that silver black back. And the thing that's cool about these flat sides is, you know, a lot of guys will go to like a balsa. You know, a balsa is highly buoyant. With this, I found in the water that I was fishing, it almost will suspend and then do like a slow float. So I would be burning this or, you know, running it down the riprap and then stopping it. It almost will just sit there and then slowly starts to kind of wobble and float up. So it's nice when you're trying to work it through wood and such, because guys will go to a balsa bait because it's so buoyant. So you hit wood, you let it float up, hit wood, let it float up, and kind of work it through. But with this, it was kind of cool. You'll hit stuff and let it just sit there for a second. You know, imagine this is a log. It hits there and then it's just going to slowly start to work its way up, and then you can keep moving it through stuff. So I thought it was cool, especially in that colder water, you know, when you're yo-yoing a lipless or, you know, throwing a suspending jerkbait. I think this baby can be a big player, so I want to try it more, especially in the colder water. I didn't get enough time to throw it earlier in the year. I wish I would have, but just recently, this was just, what, I think last week, I got to throw it when things are already warming up. Fish are getting up on beds. Some have already spawned, I'm sure. Some more are getting ready to move up. It doesn't all happen at once, but fish were destroying this in a spot that I had already thrown a regular square bill. I had thrown a chatterbait, spinner baits. I couldn't get bit on anything until I started throwing this guy.
There we go. Oh, that's a good fish. What is this? That's a good fish. Pike, maybe? I don't know. Something smacked here. Yep, little pike. Gosh, look at him. He is angry. All right, well, my first fish of the day. Got pliers on you?
Nope. Do not.
All right, there we go. My first decent sized fish of the day. Small for a pike, but he put up a fight, by golly. Off in the cold water he goes. Oh, and he's dead. Oh, that's a fish. It's another fish. I thought it was snagged. It's a bass. It's a good one. All right, fishing friends. Well, in a strange turn of events, I haven't caught anything all day. And then this random little point first yields me a pike, And then a solid bass. The Frittside flat crank. Doing some work for me here. One strange little wind-blown side here. $2.12. My goodness. All right, well, 2 3/4, almost a 3-pounder there. Oh, nice. There's another one. Yep. Same little cut right there. There's a little cut where that water gets... Oh, another good one. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. That's 2 really good fish right there. All right. Another one on the old flat side. Found a few huddled up here anyway. Just for giggles, since we have the scale, let's see how much this guy goes. 210. 210. Gosh, both in one little stretch. Look at that. Another solid fish on the old flat side, baby. All right, off she goes. Oh, the old flat side strikes again. It's a Debo fish. Of course, we couldn't be catching all 2.5 pounders. Got to get some of those guys.
Now these do come in a variety of different colors. I had that bluegill color there. I really like that. I haven't got to throw it yet, but I like it a lot. This is the color that I've been throwing around here. Again, that Midnight Pearl. For earlier in the year, we've got that special red craw, and that is in the Frittside Junior. So it's like that same 5-foot diver, but a smaller size. I think this is what, a quarter? Yeah, quarter of an ounce, still dives 2 to 5 feet. So, you know, if you've got really, really pressured waters and you're looking for a nice little small compact meal there, you notice they're feeding on smaller bait fish. Perfect little deal there. And again, flat sides or balsa crankbaits aren't just for cold water. With this being a silent crankbait, you know, once it starts to warm up, you notice there's a bunch of guys throwing, you know, big 2.5 square bills. I'm interested to switch to this and see what kind of difference it makes. Like I said, I think people kind of skim over silent crankbaits. There's no rattle or anything in it. I think people kind of skim over that and think, well, you know, I want something with a good rattle or a one knocker, that kind of stuff. But I'm telling you, don't sleep on the silence. Now the Frittside 7 dives 5 to 7 feet, and it is 3/7 of an ounce. It's what they call spring craw, nice orange and yellow color. Look at the detail, I like that. It almost looks like a custom, you know, crank paint job, how they left the bottom there. That's pretty sweet. They've got this color they call Kentucky Blue, kind of your shad color, and you can see on the top there, it's got kind of that blue scaled pattern. And then of course, chartreuse black back. You can't fish dirty water without one of those babies. Overall, seems to be a good, durable, nice bait. I'm definitely excited to throw it more, but comment below and let me know what you think of the Berkley Frittside crankbaits. Have you thrown them? What do you think of them? Like them? Yeah, no? Maybe you don't ever even throw flat side crankbaits. If you don't, I think this is a great one to pick up. I think regularly they're like $9. I got a bunch of these on sale for like $6.50 or something. I think it was Tackle Warehouse, but look for sales. All right, fishing friends, that's going to do it for me today. Comment below and let me know what you think of flat-sided crankbaits, specifically this Fritz Flat Side 5. I've really liked it. I think personally it is a good crankbait. I want to put some more time in with it, throw this 7-foot diver a little bit out of the boat, but I'm liking it a lot. It's durable, comes with good hardware, really nice action on it, which is surprising for being a production-made lure that's, you know, supposed to mimic a balsa type bait. I've liked it. I've heard other people really like it, so I think they did really well on this lure. But that's it for me. I need to get this edited. Today's subscribed fishing friend is my guy, Joey Bastard. Joey, we talked back and forth on Instagram. We were just talking about some Daiwa reels, which I need to clean. But anyway, thank you for always watching and supporting, man, and thank you for everybody else who continues to watch and support my channel. It means a lot to me. But again, I gotta get this uploaded and fixed and all that. So thanks for watching, and until next time,